Come on to this side.
I don't know if I do it.
Yo.
Well, what's very important, make sure this thing is unplugged. We're gonna do this shit inside, make sure it's unplugged. Cause there may be, hell, there is residual oil inside of this thing.
Just spray.
I like how Kevin just slides back all nonchalantly.
It's right behind William too, man. Yep. It works.
So scoot far forward, that arc, instead of going there, get pulled up and arc against the case.
Should be able to pull that top of that thing back and still see it arcing.
Give it a dollar to touch it.
No, because it's 14,000 volts in that thing. I'm not touching that.
Just tickle for a second.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not bad.
So
That tickle for a second, you did?
It's 14,000.
a lot of times you can't see that part of the gun because it's inside the furnace. So you could test for that arcing.
Screwdriver.
By touching those cat cells right there.
Sure.
That's cat, so you don't wanna touch that thing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's these two.
Do it. Demonstrate.
Do it. Do it.
Do it, Bobby. Do it.
The two coils right there, you should be able to pull from one end to the next. You should be able to see it. Make sure you screwdriver insulate it.
These things should be clean, good electrical connection, cause just a spring connecting the things. These are fouled up. Clean them off, at the very least, clean them off. The tips of these should be clean, they're kinda dirty right now, especially for a demo.
They're also kind of like a spark plug. They should have points on them.
Yeah. They need to be cleaned, but another class, another time.
With the retention head. Piece.
So what is the primary fail point of a Beckett burner?
No oil.
No.
No oil is a primary fail of everything, but considering the amount of times I've had to go out and there was no oil,
If there's no spark in there. Beep. That thing's not sparking, that thing's not
No
working right.
freaking oil?
Primary control.
It should be sparking in that box. Like as it's on, you should be able to lift the box. You should be
what's
able
the
to
most likely part to fail in these things?
Primary control.
transformers.
This thing. I've had to replace these, especially intermittently.
And those are the primary control, right?
This one's the primary control.
Okay,
This
that
one's just the igniter.
The night box. Or
Yeah.
What would we call it?
I will call it the electronic igniter.
Gotta try and ignite it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it says on it.
And what about the Riello?
It's pretty much the same thing.
The Rilo,
The big parts. That
most of the time, haven't seen too many of these things fail in person. Apart from normal just suited up. But from my understanding, the main part that fails on these things, there's a small plastic coupler between this motor and the pump. It's just a little plastic piece. That'll get wrung out and then your pump won't spin. These also have a coupler, but it's bigger and more robust. That one was just a small little plastic thing that if you're not getting oil out of it, if it's not spraying, it's most likely that.
Any chance I can get you to show them how to test the points on that electronic igniter? Well, if you can't see the guns in there.
That's what I was about to do. That's what this thing is for. Some primaries, you have to start it with the thing closed because your CAD cell right here is basically just a light sensor. So it wants to test whether or not it works first before you open it up or before it'll fire. So it wants to see darkness before it'll ignite anything. Otherwise, it just assumes that something has failed and it doesn't trust its own sensor. So if it won't do anything with it open, then start it with it closed, then open it up. I don't know if this one will do it or not, but take a screwdriver, just kind of go between. And close. Still arc between them. This one's a little weak.
So the arc should be about 3/4 of an inch to like a half.
Should be about an inch.
Should be about 3/4 to about that. All right.
It should be at least an inch.
Yeah. we got pull between there. Yeah, that was good.
If it won't pull across at all, like if you only get, a half inch of arc out of it, then there's a good chance this thing is failing. Like anything electronic, a lot of times it'll fail once it gets hot. So it'll work when it's cold, it'll work while you're sitting there, and then 3 hours later after you've already left, they'll call you back and say it's not working again. There's a good chance that thing is what's causing your problems. Again, don't always just want to throw parts at stuff, but it is something to test if you're there with a diagnostic call or anything else. If you're there just for a tune-up, part of the process is asking people so how things been working for you. Have you had any issues? If they say, yeah, every so often I gotta reset it, then naturally check the normal stuff. Filters, make sure you're getting clean filters, clean oil flow. This thing's sparking well. Don't know if I have time to crack that thing open. What time is it?
It is time.
It's time.
So-
Okay.
You don't have time to crack
But I
that
don't have
open.
time to crack that thing open today, but these things will be here. They'll be sitting in the back to be played with. At some point, I'm gonna turn that one into a flamethrower. I didn't do it yet because I'm not taking this pump off and didn't want oil everywhere. And it was late last night, so. But haven't seen too many of these fail, but everything is completely built into it. So you have your CAD cell, all the same parts that are in this, just in a slightly different package.
So you haven't seen none of those, Phil?
I haven't, but I haven't seen too many of them.
90% of them out are Beckett's.
Yeah.
I also ran into some of those, some old houses in Baltimore, but they're still around.
Yeah.
All right, good job, Bobby. I'm cutting
Yeah,
the
man.
camera.